All right, hey everyone, welcome to another episode of On the Record with Vays. Have not done these shows in quite a while. As you guys can see, I am still in beautiful Malta with the background behind me. And on this episode, I am joined by two guests, both of whom have been on the show before, one a little more often than the other. So let's welcome Alex and Joe Saz on to the show. How are you guys? We'll do a proper introduction in a second, but we got some crazy time zones going on. Joe is coming to us from the US, Alex is coming to us from Asia, and I'm of course in Europe. So how you guys doing?
Hello from Singapore. It's 9 p.m. here, already dark.
Yeah.
Haven't seen you guys in a while. I remember quarantine time when we've been playing poker almost every Friday, my Saturday morning. I mean, it was very nice time, and I hope we seen each other together very soon on next conference, Unconfiscated conference. Hey Joe, how are you? How are you and why?
Yeah, things are great out here. Tone, I don't know if you were here, but you might have missed the storm. Life is good though. Happy to be back and happy to be talking about some other things here. Embily's been making moves, and it's really exciting to finally have this discussion, this opportunity to discuss the progress and state of affairs after such a long relationship of working things out.
Yeah,
right.
hey guys, I'm gonna keep an eye on your live chat, and if you have questions for Embily, because we're gonna talk about Embily. I have some moderators, so my moderators, if there are good questions, please throw them in our Telegram group chat. We are gonna have time to get to the audience questions. Now that Joe is on, we'll try to glance at a peek at the price of Bitcoin at the very end. But this show is to get an update on Embily. Real quick, I'm gonna go over to screen share before we begin. And of course, Embily, all the links are in the video description. Embily has two Twitter handles. The more popular one is Embily Card. So go ahead and check it out. And if you are looking to sign up for Embily, you can go to the Tone Vays affiliate page, and it should be right there along the top. I do have one of these cards. I forgot to go grab it. It's in my wallet. So I'll pull it up to the camera in a minute when these guys start talking. And so you can click on the Embily link, and then you have to agree to a little disclaimer, and it will take you right to the Embily website. But keep in mind, Embily is a KYC product, and it has different regulations globally and in the United States. Not sure why it's not clicking for me right now. That's weird. It was doing that earlier
Because
today.
you're in the Malta. Because you're in the Malta. I think this is why.
Oh, because I'm in Malta. Okay. So normally it picked up my IP. So normally you would click on this global link, and it will give you a drop down for the United States. Joe's going to give us an update on the United States. He is the CEO of Embily USA, while Alex is the general CEO of the entire company. USA is still currently on a wait list, and the card should be available by end of year. And we'll get the update from Joe. But the global version of the card does work in Europe, Asia, and Africa. Of course, some countries are on the banned list, and some countries have slightly more restrictive KYC requirements and spending limits than other countries. And Alex will give us a whole update on that. But just so you guys know, Embily is a crypto debit card. It is mostly Bitcoin. We'll find out which shitcoins you are also able to spend through the card. And the reason why I affiliated with the Embily card is because Embily doesn't have an Embily scammy shitcoin token like the Monaco card, which became the crypto.com card, or the 10x card. And the reason why a lot of those cards give you very nice, kickbacks and stuff is because they printed their own money and got a competitive advantage by having what I believe is unlicensed, unregistered security, and they are breaking ridiculous laws with their company, but that's just my opinion. So this is the reason why I kind of endorse Embily. Now, I know Embily had some struggles last year where a lot of people signed up and regulation came down. Some people were disappointed trying to sign up for the card. And if you did have issues and those issues are still unresolved, try to leave a message in the at the end of this video with a contact email. The Embily team will pay attention to the comments to this video, and they will reach out to you if you feel like you were wronged by Embily in the past when they had to shut down for a short amount of time. So try to reach out, or if you have I don't really want to be client support, but if you have to reach out to me, I'll pass your message along. But please just put it in the video comments to the video. My comments are open, even though they tend to be very scammy, and the Embily team will get back to you. Okay, now that I've said everything I wanted to say, I'm gonna cut the screen share somewhere, and we're gonna jump with Alex because you guys are familiar with Joe. Alex, tell us a little something about yourself, and then give us a general update on what's going on with Embily, because I am very curious. I think the product is awesome. While I go grab my card, give my audience an introduction.
All right. Hello, everyone, again. I was just looking in my history pictures with Tone, and we just found out what our previous stream was almost 2 years ago. I mean, 2 years ago, it's in the crypto world, it's very long time ago. So lots of people sign up after Tone show, and I'm very, happy to say what we've been able to issue cards almost everyone who signed up from the Tone, but of course it scams regulation, and step by step, we have to move forward into the Visa Euro. But I would say one thing, what no one who was signing to the previous Embily, all of them was happy, and we refunded or issued a new card. So on that question, everything is clear. So right now, I would like to introduce the European program, the Visa Embily card. So currency is a euro. You can sign up under the embily.com website. The Tone already enclosed the link at his stream, or you can find it out at his webpage. So basically, everything is very clean. You just sign up for the card, top up your card, and go and spend it everywhere. On the website, there is a lot of information like fees, like spending limits. I mean, you can start from minimum spending limits, but you can contact our support, and our support can help you to increase limits. So yeah, I mean, everything is pretty easy, and just go online and check it out. So currently the Embily cards looks like a simple black matte plastic card. Yeah, compared to Tone Vays metal card, this is what we really waiting to release.
Let me show mine. This is my old card, and like I said, regulations.
Give it like a little bit of angle changing, Tone. Yeah, because you can't really see the beautiful the details of Bitcoin, but so,
I know. Well, I have an interesting camera there, but yeah, there you guys go. That is my card.
If we're talking about metal cards, we're talking mostly about USA program. Joe, can you take your turn?
Sure. Yeah, and that's one thing Alex did mention that I feel like Embily is one of the has maintained our reputation. It was like when we had that big blackout, we call it the regulatory blackout. Every single customer was refunded. Every single person that needed money back or whatever type of refund, it was all done, and it really impacted the company negatively. I mean, this was almost lights out for Embily, but Alex, CEO only CEO at the time, made this decision that, you know, was all in service to the customers. So I do like to, you know, I'm a true believer in Embily for many reasons, that being one of them. So yeah, when people do have problems, make sure to just talk to us. We're human beings and we're good people.
Exactly.
So yeah, so Alex, as far as the USA off, we're you know, this is the other card. I just want everyone to see. This is another metal card, another design that we're playing around with. So USA is going well. I mean, just for a status update, we all know that Europe is working with various levels, and the product is functioning perfectly. Now, USA still has some way to go. The regulations out here are a little tight, and they're just different. They're not necessarily tighter, but there's just a little bit more work that we have to go through, and time restraints and stuff like that that we have to undergo. But overall, the plan is still to launch, you know, sometime December. The worst case scenario, we're going to have to push it back a little bit, like a month. But we're still doing really well with our, you know, meeting our various timelines and goals and so forth. So the USA is, you know, it's going to be a great product. We're going to have, you know, 18,000 daily spend limit. We're going to have 90,000 monthly spend limit. We're going to have some really good ability for a Bitcoiner to go across the world, and, you know, with an American passport, get your American Embily card, be able to travel the globe and spend, you know, good amounts of money if you need to. So we're really excited about this product. We're really excited about the launch, and of course, yeah, happy to answer as many questions as we can to make sure everyone has a full comprehensive image of what we're gonna, what we offer, what we do.
All right,
Okay,
guys.
yeah.
So
Yeah. Tom,
go
can I
ahead.
just
Go ahead, Alex.
tell a little bit? I mean, even like Joe is speaking about USA, I'm speaking about the global, but overall, we are doing the one product. And as a one product, we are waiting to release not only web version, but also an application. I guess this is very important in current world, not only a web version.
All right. So Alex, very important question, right? Like everyone is just asking about their particular country. Is there a place on the global website that gives you a list of countries that can apply for an Embily card now versus cannot apply at all versus sign up for this waiting list because cards for that country is coming soon?
Okay, so if you go to the website and see on the bottom of the website, there is a restriction list of the countries which cannot be onboarded right now. Yes, it's very easy.
Okay, where can I use Embily card?
I actually have a list if you want.
Yeah, you need to go down, Tom, more down.
Oh, even further down.
More down.
Okay.
Yes, correct. It's in the bottom.
Okay, right there. Okay, so perfect. Hey guys, this answers a lot of your questions. So let me see here. Restrictions apply to the following regions and countries: Afghanistan, Bahrain, Cameroon, several countries in Africa and Middle East. We have Pakistan, USA is on the list. More Africa, Trinidad, Saudi Arabia. Yeah, so it looks like Australia is fine, and pretty much every European nation is fine, but Malta, for some reason, is not very liked. So you get a lot of extra stuff you got to go through, correct?
Correct. So this is the list of restricted country, but we do have a list of high-risk countries where people need to supply their enchanted DDQ questions. So yeah, don't be panic. I mean, you can apply. I mean, if you have any question, just ask the support to the website. Our supports work 24/7, and they will answer any question for you.
Okay. All right. Awesome. So, by the way, I think the coolest part about Embily is the ability to customize your own cards. And I think that's awesome. I know some regions, this has become a little more challenging, again, due to regulation, which is kind of seems crazy to me. So I hope you guys really fight back on, you know, bringing back. Now, some regions do still have customizable cards. The Tone Veil, yep, there they are. The Tone Veil, it's a gold one. Wow.
Yeah, this is
Um,
the gold one. I still have a working version of a gold one. Yeah.
Yeah, so Embly did have an awesome ability for you to choose the kind of cards, metal cards, gold cards, with your own custom designed logos or the Tone Vays branded logos for the conferences. And Embly is going to be a sponsor of
we want to do coffee sponsorship at Tone Vays.
Yeah, I'm going back to screen share here. The Understanding Bitcoin conference in Dubai. I gotta get your logo up on the bottom here in sponsorships. You guys grab. We don't have many sponsorships, but you guys grabbed the coffee sponsorship, so we gotta get your logo on a bunch of coffee cups. Yeah, so that would be awesome. Thank you so much for the support of the Understanding Bitcoin conference, and hopefully, Embly will be sending Joe Sass as their representative to future financial summits. He may or may not be able to make the Dubai one, but financial summits are coming, and we would love Embly to represent, since they do have some traders working for them. And that's another question for you, Joe, unrelated to Embly. What was it like switching from trading to being actually, the head of an entire continent division before we move on to the specifics? How's life different?
Yeah, I can kind of make a long story short here. I often say Embly was my biggest trade of my life. It's like, I went from one career path, and was starting to develop my systems and notoriety, and then I took a completely different career path. And so, there was a transition.
Joe, all starts from Banya in New York.
Yeah, it all started. Yeah, it did actually start in the Banya in New York. That after Unconfiscatable, me and Alex met up at the.
The amount of business I have brought to Russian saunas, bathhouses, and the amount of business that has been done in my presence between the people I bring to Russian saunas as I travel the world is really fascinating.
Yeah. So that's how me and Alex became friends. Because if you recall, Tone, I used to show up to the bathhouse like the earliest. Remember, I would show up when it opened, and Alex was there. So we ended up talking for like 4 or 6 hours. I don't even know how long before everyone else started showing up. But we became friends, and that started, a long friendship into the poker every Friday, Saturday morning for Alex for so long. We were doing poker every week, and then at some point the U.S. needed. When the U.S. is just a different beast when it comes to providing this service, and we needed to iron things out here, and I accepted the job. And so the transition, to be honest, has been something that I really do enjoy. There's the trading was something that I felt like I was starting to get a hold of. It was really good. I had a great time, and we all know how that went. Well, everything was public. I still make some legitimate price calls, some really pinpoint stuff. And so I still I'm always have 2-3 charts on my screen. I'm always looking at the price. I'm always looking at every little detail of what's going on. But again, the biggest trade of my life was Embly, and the reason why is because I'm a true believer. I'm looking at all this stuff going on. Like, let's say El Salvador is adopted Bitcoin September 7th, and you have McDonald's printing out lightning invoices and stuff like this, right? But then you also have videos of people burning Bitcoin ATMs and lighting them on fire. And so, I'm a true believer in Embly, and I made this trade because I believe that a bridge technology between traditional finance and neo-finance must exist first before people will let it, settle in their heads that Bitcoin is here to stay. It is an unstoppable force. It is your own bank. It does provide all these opportunities. And, we want to be a part of that forward momentum. So that's ultimately why I made the decision. And I'm happy to have done so. And I will be doing more stuff with Price. I will be doing some more videos and all that. But we've just been organizing how to work around all these time constraints. It is a busy job.
And I would like to add. Yes, sorry, Tom, to interrupt you, but because Joe just touched some news about Bitcoin in the world, about El Salvador. But I just want to say here in Singapore, like 1 week ago, I mean, like if you was following the news, Binance.com was banned here in Singapore. So the only like legal entity to work in Singapore is Binance Singapore, which is really different from Binance.com. And this is like a move from MIS to show what only like legal entities can be in the country. The same thing like happens everywhere, like regulation coming in and coming out, and it's becoming hard and hard. I mean, so it was a very hard thing to build the whole story around all the countries, around like Europe, around USA, around Asia, what we're building right now, right away. And I'm really happy what we are here again and representing Embily.
All right, we got a bunch of questions. Hey, Joe, was that you that wrote in the comments, DM me on TG?
Yeah, DM me on Telegram if you're having problems.
All right, no, I just wanted to be sure that was you so that I could make you a moderator.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, so yeah, guys, like I said, I know there were some complaints about Embily in the past. So the first question is, what does Embily do different that other Bitcoin debit cards don't? And my answer to that is they don't have a scammy shitcoin. That is number one. And they are more aligned with the shitcoin minimalist ways than many of the other products. And I love the customization of the cards. The cards feel and look amazing. And that is why, and I like the people that are at Embily. So to me, that's what they do different. Maybe Alex and Joe have something more to add.
Yes, again, we are very straightforward. I mean, we don't ask you to stack money, like stack $300 in order to get a card. I mean, this is from the very beginning. It was our contest, like everything. Like you pay the card, we deliver you free. We give you some opportunity to use the card, and everything is very easy. So just go and spend your Bitcoin. This was our concept from the very beginning.
Yeah, this is how I put it. It's like Embily makes it so that your grandma could be spending Bitcoin without even knowing that Bitcoin is being spent. You load the card, I load the card for you. Whatever the case is, you swipe it like a normal debit card, you chip it like a normal debit card, PIN, whatever, and it's just working. You know, it's like I don't even know how better to put it. It just works, and I don't have any no noticeable difference other than the fact that my card weighs 10 times more than all these cheap fake plastic cards. But yeah, I mean, it's been fantastic.
Yeah. Hey guys, I hate to break you some bad news, but I think too many of our viewers tried going to your website, and now I can't even get to it anymore, even though everyone watched me do this 5-10 minutes ago. But we're getting a lot of reports that people cannot access your website. So this could be lots of trolls that watch my channel and decided to, I don't know, do something. Maybe it's also because I'm in Malta and that is one of the restrictive lists. I don't really want to run a VPN. I'm not running a VPN right now at the moment, but I could try with VPN.
No, eu.embily.com itself is working.
Okay, yeah. We are getting, yeah. I just called to our okay. We CTO, we're just fixing it right now. Okay.
Also, my affiliate code stopped working, but eu.embily.com is working. Okay, guys. So the website is working. There was something wrong with my affiliate.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it was some, I don't know, attack or whatever. But yes, so we are fixing it right now, right away.
Yeah. So what if you're in Canada, right? Like it redirected me to EU. But if someone is clicking from Canada, where would it take them? Embily.com?
Yeah, from Canada, you can you can do like enchant and DDQ and apply for the card.
Yep. So you guys should be able to do it. Maybe I would like for you guys to use my affiliate link, but it's okay. It'll come back in the.
No. Tom, you can click your link. It will be working right now.
Oh, yeah. It's back to working. Okay,
well,
sweet.
We got everyone. Yeah. Sometimes you know how everything goes. Sometimes
No.
you know,
It was some shutdown right now.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. Oh, okay. Now and this is working now, right? You have global, and then you have United States. United States is always, tries to be different. Okay, so we're back online. Everything is back up and running.
Sorry.
Right.
So, Ton, can you say in the right bottom there is the chat? If you have any question
Right there.
concerning everything, just ask here.
Yeah, I always wondered how these work. Does this go straight to a human, or you have like some AI
Yes,
first?
straight to the human, correct?
not just a human that knows a
What
thing
they're
or two
doing.
about Bitcoin. Yeah, exactly.
All right.
You know,
Don't do it all at once, guys. I know we have probably a few hundred people watching, but yeah, over the next couple of days, if you're interested in learning more, you can check it out. Okay, so let's talk about some other questions, right? Can you just give us a ballpark of the fees involved? Because like everyone's worried about fees. Just a ballpark. I know every region is going to be slightly different, but what are the general fees of the card?
so you
Okay,
can
so
just
general. Okay, Joe, me, I or you. You can start.
Tone, I want you to be able to show everyone, because this is one of our goals here, is to be as transparent as possible and to
Right.
make this list as small as possible. So you know, you have the card cost,
Go down.
and so this is what it costs to use the card, like a 1% crypto top up fee, which is very competitive. You know, things like Coinbase's debit card in the United States is offering 2.49%. And that's their best. You know, they say that it's free if you use US dollar coin, but it still costs you 2.49% or more to buy the US dollar coin on their website. And of course, here are the other things if we want to address them individually. I just wanted to note that, you know, our fees are the best in the market. I mean, it's just hands down 1% top up fee is you're not going to beat that.
Okay.
All right, very good.
And we do some special thing for Ton Vays show. So if you use the Ton Vays link, you get a 50% discount for the price of the card. It doesn't matter if it's like a plastic card or virtual card. It's just 50 off of the price, and delivery is free. And then you get a 25 euro deposit back to your card as a cashback.
All right, and you guys will eventually bring customized cards, correct?
So
yes, correct. Once USA will be launched, yes, we will be backing the customized card as well.
Yeah.
All
so
right,
without, without having to make it too difficult, the good thing is all we need to do. We have all these designs, right? We remember we made them so long ago, and Rusty made so many.
Yeah.
So we have the designs, and basically there's just a little bit of a process now of getting designs approved, you know, all this like kind of technical jargon, but we have all the designs, and the first thing we're going to do is make sure everyone gets a card, because there's a global chip shortage. And then the second thing we're doing is launching out all those customizable ideas that will, like, you know, that Rusty put some amazing art and time into. And yeah, we're definitely coming back with the metal cards. I mean, that's one of the most important things. Other than user experience, obviously swiping the card and having 10 out of 10 successful spending experiences.
But wait, sorry to interrupt you, but I know you're waiting this information from me and from Joe. Do you remember all the time you was asking me when we can directly spend the Bitcoin with no?
Yeah, I was gonna get to that. So let me ask the proper question. And by the way, a couple of people are saying, please add two-factor authentication to your website ASAP.
Yes.
And someone else is saying Canada is not available at this time, so just double check on whether Canada is like the USA. Or
Canada
not.
Canada need to click on your link directly. In that case, they will be able to do it.
All right, so Canada can do it. Okay, so the question is this, right? In the beginning, Embily, you would send in the Bitcoin or a couple of other altcoins, and it would convert to a US dollar amount, or I guess a euro amount if you have the European version. It would convert to fiat currency on the send. one of the things that I have always been asking Embily to start doing is giving a person the option to load it with Bitcoin, but leaving it with Bitcoin on the back end of Embily. And now it converts the Bitcoin into fiat on the swipe of the card when you're paying for goods and services, as opposed to converting it on the send. Now, of course, Embily is a regulated company, so it doesn't really matter from a person's perspective whether you're holding the Bitcoin with them or the dollars. So is there an ability to keep Bitcoin on the card that converts on the swipe?
Okay, so can you back to the camera, switch off your
yeah. Let's switch that off. Perfect.
Okay, so basically that thing called external authorization, it means what you've been able to just hold your Bitcoin at the wallet, and anytime when you go to the ATM or to 7-Eleven or buy anything like a Joe, go to some fashion store. Yes, so basically you spend your Bitcoin on a conversion rate the second you do the swipe. And I would like to say what USA program will have that from the very beginning. European program don't have it right now, but right now I would like to say what in the Jan we will release the Visa and the MasterCard. Will give the people to opportunity to choose Visa or MasterCard. All these European program, Visa and MasterCard, will be linked to the IBAN account, and this will be, look, this will be not a prepaid card, this will be a debit card, because prepaid cards is not taken everywhere. So debit card will be with external authorization, where you can store your Bitcoin, not withdrawal into euro, but when you swipe, this is withdrawal to the current correction rate. So this is planned for January to be released.
All right, excellent. So
but for USA, it will be starting from the scratch. I mean, like it will be from the very beginning in USA. It will be it will be this thing. Okay.
So if you are in the USA, you can still sign up. You can't get your card yet, but you can get on a wait list so that once it is available, you are at the front of the queue. So someone said there's no point of going to the website if you are an American. Well, if you want to jump, if you want to be early, if you want to, jump the queue a little bit, you want to go to that one, and and you can also redirect to the USA version through my affiliate link. Okay. So another common question that comes up. Yeah, go ahead, Alex.
But if you sign with USA right now, you will get a card for free in a wait list.
Yeah. Okay. So there you go. Getting on the wait list will save you money once it's eventually available. So the other question is, sats back, and I've dealt with this problem before. When a credit card company or a debit card company gives you sats back, where does the money come from? Is the question you need to ask yourself. The reason why American Express and other credit cards give you money back is because they charge the merchant extra fees, and then they share the fees they charge the merchant with you. So you're not actually saving any money. So with Embily doesn't have a shitcoin in order to give you sats back. They're not printing their own money. So they can certainly raise the fee and then give you a part of that fee back, or they can just keep the fee as low as possible, because Embily doesn't charge the merchant the payment processor like Visa, MasterCard charge the merchant. In the case of traditional credit cards, you have the merchant, the Visa, MasterCard fee, plus whichever credit card you're using, they're also charging a fee to the merchant. and that's where you get your rewards from a piece of that fee. But people are conditioned to get something for what they think is for nothing. So are you guys giving people something just so they feel better?
So this is something that is it takes work. This is a strategic acquisitions, a strategic partnerships type development. And this process is something I've started, but it really is much harder than you think. Let's say let's think of it like a Lolly, right? Lolly would give you 3% back here, or 5% back at Target, or 5% back at McDonald's. Stats back rewards is like one of the most important things to us. But yes, one of the things that we need to do is get these companies. We need to have some a part of our team that's reaching out to these companies to say, hey, we want our customers to be able to swipe this card. And you're right, the money's coming from somewhere. Ideally, what we're trying to do is say we'll make sure that our website shows that customers can access this store at this discount, and that'll be mutually beneficial. So the idea here is to make the money come from the pockets of the corporations, like Target or like Kmart or whatever you want to call it, and make sure that we can keep this this stats back or some sort of incentives program alive, which is definitely doable. We're just, of course, we have to tackle the biggest obstacles first, and strategic partnerships and acquisitions and all that is coming along. But some of our biggest things that we have to lay out are still, foundation level pieces of our architecture.
Yeah, that's a good point. The best way to do that is to go into strategic partnerships with some companies, and then those companies would provide rewards to the users of the Embily card with those companies. Yeah, that could be a great way to go. So looking forward to more of that. Alex, you want to add anything? Because I have a lot more questions.
Yes. So basically, sets back idea will be first introduced in the USA program, because USA networks, they are really easier to talk about that. So yes, as Joe said, we are looking into the strategic planning, and after that, yes, we'll be introduced this.
Okay, so a question came up about chargebacks. I don't even know how chargebacks works with these debit cards. So how would it work if a transaction needed to be charged back?
This is one of the things that people need to understand, that our service is actually quite simple. Our service is the business of receiving Bitcoin, and we sell it, and we put euros on the card. And when the US comes out, we're putting US dollars on the card. So it's not like you're getting, Bitcoin was at $45,000 when I spent my card, and now Bitcoin's up to 60,000. Shouldn't I get my, X value of Bitcoin back? That's not what our card is. Our card is turning Bitcoin directly into dollars that you spend. So
oh yeah, no, Joe, I don't think anyone's expecting that, right? Like the moment, well, I mean, if you choose.
No. I know. So let me answer. So basically, like, chargebacks means what? When you come back to us and say, hey guys, I haven't made that. I haven't bought this milk at the 7-Eleven. Can you charge back me this money? Yes, this works out, and you can come to our customer service, and they will help you to do that.
Right, but that's weird. That's usually in the case of a hack. The more common chargeback is, hey, I bought this product from so-and-so website, but the product wasn't delivered, and the company is not refunding me. So how do I get it through the traditional fiat system?
Okay, so by the rule, you have 180 days to do a chargeback. So in these 180 days, you can contact us and say, hey, I haven't received that shipment. I haven't received that anything what you order, and then you can request the chargeback. For European program, it costs around 30 euro to do a chargeback.
All right, so let's throw some additional questions. There were some specific fee questions about withdrawing from an ATM. I don't really want to get into the details of the fees. I just not where I want this conversation to go, guys. So if you're curious about very specific fees and you don't get your answer from reading the website, reach out to Embily's customer service for that, because the
Exactly.
question on fees was unfortunately way too specific. Okay, are there any option? So as you mentioned, maybe I'm a little confused. Will there be an option to link it to your own bank, just so you can walk around with a Bitcoin logo debit card, but it has nothing to do with Bitcoin, and you're just spending money from your own bank account?
Alex, do you care if I take this one?
Yes.
So this is actually more of the idea, Tone. You actually want to insulate your Bitcoin expenditures from your, let's say you're in the United States and you use popular bank, Wells Fargo or something, right? Well, say you're using Wells Fargo and then you want to take a loan out to buy a house or buy a car. Because you have cryptocurrency transactions in your account, I mean, I'm sure we'll see in the comments, I'm not the only one, but I did have this problem where a bank didn't want to give me a loan to buy the house because back in 2017, I made money in Bitcoin. And so the most important thing here is like, no, you can't link your card. There are services that we can potentially help middleman if you want to turn your little plastic cheap, Wells Fargo card into something beautiful. Of course, there are card services out there like that. But again, we're not really focused on that. Sorry, I got distracted for a quick second. But our goal here is to almost insulate your crypto spending from an account that you would use for your normal life, like things like buying a house or things like buying a car, in the event that a bank will deny you because you are considered now a high risk client. So us, Embily, creating FBO accounts for each customer, allowing them to transact using their Bitcoin, assuming that they need to use dollars instead of Bitcoin, because of course the ideal situation would be I pay for goods or services in Bitcoin directly, but that's not the world we live in just yet. So I pay in dollars, and from there, we keep the ball rolling, and we keep our accounts insulated from any sort of drawback when you try to do something in your real life. You're growing up, you have a family, you need to buy a car. Like I almost got shut down by all this stuff. Fortunately, I was able to just transfer money to my wife's bank account at the time, and that got the whole process moving. So insulation from bank accounts, I think, is almost more important than connecting and some sort of integration between the two.
All right, anything you want to add, Alex?
I mean, everything what people would like to have from Embily, we can think about internal in a team. So basically, like our support team who are in 24/7 talking to our customers. If our customers will reach them and tell them, "Hey guys, do you provide that kind of service?" The support team definitely come back to us and ask, "Hey guys, do we provide that kind of service?" And we talk about that. But as I said, like if you have any ideas, if you have any like development which we can apply to the Embily card, go to the support, talk to them, and they will reach us, and we will think about that.
All right, so we have a few more questions. One is simple. It will be quick, yes or no, and I know the answer. Is Embily affiliated with TTM Bank? That's the To The Moon Bank. They definitely were, and I believe you guys still are, correct?
Correct. So Embily was a technology provider for TTM Bank. So basically, TTM Bank is our white label solution. The technology where TTM Bank works is based on an Embily platform. This is the answer.
And another one, okay, so loading the card, what cryptos can you load the card with, and is Lightning available or soon to be available?
So Lightning is a really complex topic. In order to make Lightning work, we need to this is what the root of the problem is: custody. And that custody laws differ country to country. So Lightning is really unique in the sense that I can create my own Bitcoin wallet and I can make that address my address for every single Embily top up that I ever want, right? But then a Lightning Network invoice is going to be different every single time. So basically what we need to do is create non-custodial Lightning channels, and then we'll be able to not have physical custody of the Bitcoin requiring more regulation. So one of the things that a lot of people don't really understand, because this is back end stuff, but Embily has done something by circumventing regulations by using the technology in Bitcoin. Now, can we do all those things at once? No. I mean, the technology is there, and we're doing everything we can for now, and until laws change and such. But we're doing everything we can to make sure that we're using Bitcoin's technology to make the world change, right? We're almost forcing the laws to shift to the left a little bit here. Now, custody still is a problem, and with Lightning Network, we need to figure out how to create non-custodial channels. It just gets very complicated, and we want to add this function, but it's going to take a little bit more time to program this out. And honestly, Lightning Network is very complex stuff. So we just need to make sure. I mean, as much as they say Lightning Network is an experiment still today, with Blue Wallet, with Thor, with whatever you want to use, it's even more so with non-custodial abilities to send Bitcoin directly to us, and then we liquidate, which would be ideal, but we need to make sure it'll work seamlessly, perfectly.
All right, gotcha. So Lightning is a little complicated.
Okay, Tom, sorry, I would like to add just a little bit what we are going step by step. What European program was a scratch where we start. USA will be next step of development, where we'll be implementing all other like a development, like a Lightning and stuff like that.
So which cryptocurrencies can people top up the card with?
Right now, it is Bitcoin, Ethereum, USDT in both Ethereum and TRX networks, then TRX and BNB.
Okay, okay. So those are your top-up currencies, guys.
Correct.
Okay. Let me see if there are any other good questions. Oh, are you guys going to be offering any dollar cost average purchasing services? I guess kind of like what Swan does, or is strictly the business model is just providing debit card services?
This is a great question, because Embily is this isn't like this is just the tip of the iceberg. A refillable prepaid debit card is just the tip of the iceberg of what we can accomplish. Think about it like this from a trading perspective. We know that we create a liquidation off ramp, right? A liquidity off ramp. And so creating all these other businesses like a dollar cost average, if I know that every Tuesday a handful of people are buying Bitcoin, every Wednesday at 10 a.m. New York time, it's going to be fantastic to create all these things. So can we do it out of thin air? Not quite. You need to undergo a lot of things. For example, we need to get in the United States money transmitter licenses, and we need to get all these things, and from a regulatory perspective laid out. It's going to take a while, but to plan to do these things, absolutely. I mean, there's a lot more. I want to do full payroll. I want people to be able to say, this is what I make, and I want people to be able to accept half payroll in Bitcoin if they want, or all these other options. Dollar cost averaging services. Ideally, if the customer is an Embily customer and we're providing a dollar cost average service, which we can build, we just need to get the licenses for, that would basically mean that we don't really need to make as much money on that service as as the card. We're already making money as a Embily family business, right? We're doing things that are profitable. So building these things out are almost top priority after we can implement and ship out the product. But it's just going to take time. That's the only problem, is that everything moves a lot slower than you think. I'm ready to do all this tomorrow, yesterday. It's just a matter of regulations, a matter of policies and procedures being drafted, and then getting those reviewed by regulators. So yeah, there's just a lot of people that get in our way, but these are things that we do plan to offer, and we will offer.
All right. I need to explain many things to the viewers because some things are just common sense. Okay. First of all, Embily is a regulated KYC product. Now at the moment, Embily is not sending any information voluntarily to any authorities for any reason, whether it's we call it tax authorities or money laundering authorities. However, these authorities have the ability to subpoena and request information from Embily on specific accounts. And I'm sure the employees of Embily are fairly libertarian, and they will be fighting those subpoenas to the best of their ability. But at the end of the day, if they get a request for information that they cannot get around, they will have to turn over that information because it's a regulated company. Did I answer the questions like as a common sense way?
Yeah, I think like just put it like this: Embily is focused on the user experience, and we don't go above and beyond. Let's say like BlockFi, for example, where you can't, they will not allow you to accept CoinJoin Bitcoin. There's a number of things that are an advantage to using the Embily card because this is not something that we have to, that we have to restrict. We're not in the business of going out of our way to make Bitcoin not Bitcoin. You know what I'm saying? We're in the business of making this space advance as much as possible. And that does include letting regulators see Bitcoin interact with the wild, in the wild, naturally, in its natural habitat, in the marketplace, in a free marketplace. So, yeah, there's, what you said is pretty much straightforward. We're focusing on that, and we don't need to, it's not legally required for us to report all these things. Therefore, we are not going to go out of our way, hire teams in order to send your information to the IRS when that's not a requirement, or your information, or to prevent CoinJoin transaction, because that's absolutely, I think, also immoral. That is good practices in Bitcoin. So anyways, we're not in the business of trying to look like, like narcs here. We're in the business of making a service, and we're
right. And you're also not in the business of selling other people's data, correct?
Of course, that is
Correct.
also very true.
Of course.
Yeah, the
Right.
one thing
So-
I tell bankers is
We
that
right now we full PCI DSS and we're not sharing any information of our customers to anyone.
so yeah,
Okay.
basically
So,
what I often say is
since you mentioned BlockFi,
go ahead.
sorry guys, my internet is going out a little bit. I haven't had any problem streaming from here, but today I guess I do a little bit. Real quick, since you mentioned BlockFi, yes, correct. Not every debit card in the crypto space has a scammy shitcoin alongside it. Coinbase does not, even though they would love to, and BlockFi does not either. So obviously not every card has a shitcoin involved. We understand that, but it's up to you guys to decide. As you know, I'm friends with Joe. Joe is a shitcoin minimalist like myself, and that's why that's an additional reason for me personally to support this particular debit card product for those who this product serves. A lot of people are, of course, asking questions. How do you get an anonymous debit card where you can spend your Bitcoin anonymously? And that is, of course, if it exists, it is probably breaking many laws. But if it exists, it's certainly not something you're going to hear about from a public YouTube channel, right? It's kind of like, I wish one existed. I wish I had access to it. And you know what? And if I did, I would not be talking about it publicly, because if I had, it won't exist for very long. It's kind of like Fight Club. You don't talk about Fight Club if you want it to last for a longer period of time. So we are talking about a KYC product, and the best thing you can do to use this KYC product, if the US is a problem, get out of the US jurisdiction, okay? Again, something that I would love to talk about more, but just like Fight Club, the more I talk about it, the harder it is for me to actually execute my future plans over the next several years. So you guys gotta do your own thinking on this one. All right, guys, anything else you want to add?
Just want to say
I just
thank
want.
you. Alex,
Okay, you John. You John.
I just wanted to say thank you so much for giving us this opportunity. I mean, we still have a long way to go. I feel like before we can have a chat that's filled with nothing but praises. But we're we're making a lot of progress. The service is working well. The European service is working well. A USA launch, coming up in the next few months. Thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to discuss these things, because it's been so long since we've been able to, and really appreciate the support, Tone. And it's great to be back on your channel.
Yeah, no, awesome. And I got one more easy question. Yeah, of course you can put aliases on the card. You can put no name on the front of the card.
Yes.
You can put Satoshi Nakamoto on the card. You can do this with your regular credit cards too. You can put your business as the name, right? This is, of course, you can put aliases on the front of the card, but on the back of the card there will be KYC.
Yes, your original name, because I have like from the previous one, it's like Satoshi Nakamoto. Yeah, it's like old Embily card with Satoshi Nakamoto name.
All right. Let me just see if there's any other. I don't really see any other major questions. Thank you guys for watching. Joe, you want to take 10 minutes, take a look at the price of Bitcoin before we head out?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Hey, guys, we're going to go to screen share. We'll glance at the price of Bitcoin. Hopefully, Joe still remembers his old days of being a trader. And don't forget, I'm going to give a plug to Embily one more time. Embily is a sponsor at Understanding Bitcoin. And hopefully, Embily will be sending Joe or another person that could contribute to our financial conference in Dubai and future conferences as well, because I do like my relationship with Embily. Those interested in signing up or go on a wait list for the USA version or signing up for most other countries, go to tonevays.com affiliate page, click on the Embily card, and it will take you to a page like this, and then you can select global versus United States. All right, let's glance at the price here. We had a pretty rough week last week, Joe. The current week started off significantly better. Let me go straight to the daily chart. We had 2 good days. We're in a little bit of a pullback. We had the golden cross. I believe we have bottomed one more time, and I believe we are going to break out above $50,000 very, very soon. If you want to do some screen share, I will cut mine off. But let's get your opinion on the price, short term, intermediate term, and long term.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna screen share here. Once you end, I don't think I can steal it from you. Been some time, but I did continue working over here. This is SAS.
Oh yeah, that's one more product, guys. Shoot, sorry. When you go to my affiliate page, what Joe is using right now is Trader, right? So let's go back over to my screen share. So what you are about to see, because Joe hasn't been on my show in a while, is this product right here. It's called Trader. It is an interactive look at the order book, which is Joe's expertise in entering and exiting trades. And he worked with Trader to build a platform that gives you a very unique look at order books, which is instrumental to Joe's trading strategies. All right, man. So on that note, let's see what Trader says about. Are people seeing my screen share? Oh, yeah, there it is. Okay.
Yeah,
let's see what Trader says about the price of Bitcoin.
Yeah. So you know what, Tone? I'm gonna do a little special thing here. Anyone that's been watching, I'm gonna give the free SAS 2. If they want SAS 2.0, I'll give.
Yeah, Joe's got his own indicators on it that he normally charges money for, but now he's enjoying his working life with Embily. So he's gonna hook you guys up with his indicator at no charge on the Trader platform if you sign up in the near future with my link.
Yeah, so there you go. Happy to hand out 2.0. I still have work to do on 3, a lot of work, but you can see this is a great bottom call. Interestingly enough, out of the pump, we got some great top signals. We got right back into some long signals, short signals. So all right, let's talk the short-term price call. We're topping out right now. This is some pretty consistent resistance up overhead. We are walking into a weekend, so I don't want to think that too much action is going to happen over the weekend. I think we're looking at like a 10-hour period where where everything that's going to happen to the majority of it will, and it's probably going to be to the downside. So that's my short-term outlook is we are rolling over right now. Let's look at something like a 30-minute. I actually was of the opinion that everything that is below the all-time high, roundabout to 52,000, which was my price call, is a bull trap. We came pretty close, and then we fell right off a cliff on the news of El Salvador adopting Bitcoin that Monday, or maybe it was Tuesday. I can't remember if it was a holiday weekend or what. So I still think we're in a bull trap, and I'm still actually bearish, despite these, various areas of support. I think that that's exactly what a bull trap is people creating support after almost what I viewed as a little bit too fast and an illegitimate run up. So I think we are rounding out from a mid to long term perspective. I think we're rounding out, and I think we're headed back at the very least to that $30,000 range where we do have definitive support on as a price floor down there. I mean, that 30,000 was, there's a lot of price discovery down here, and every time we did push into deeper, stronger signals, and fighting our way out of there. It's great. We did consolidate for a long time, so this is now, I think, just as much as this area is resistance, this area is support. So I do want to look at 30K when we come back around to it, and I think we are coming back around to it here pretty soon, over the next, let's say, less than 3 months. I think we're coming back to 30K.
So you really think we're going to pull back to 30K? Because I don't. So you and I are different on that view very much.
Yeah, I think one of us might owe the other a stake. You know what I'm saying? This is a tough call. It's such a tough call. This market, fundamentally, it makes a ton of sense for this market to just fly. You know, we have all this news: El Salvador adopting Bitcoin, McDonald's invoice payments, every single corporation that has a presence in El Salvador is forced to adopt Bitcoin, and Michael Saylor. You know, we had all these fundamentally strong things to build a market and to
Embily launching in USA.
And what?
Embily launching in USA.
Oh yeah, that might be. Hopefully that'll be the bullish event that kicks us into overdrive up to 100K. But yeah, you know, I just fundamentally this market is stronger than I've ever seen it. But I think bulls have emptied their pockets. You know, Michael Saylor pulling together 5 mil here or whatever. You know, I think that's great. El Salvador with the 400 Bitcoin purchase on day one with the plan to dollar cost average and publicly buy the dip. All this stuff is really good news, but I still think that price discovery, when Bitcoin goes parabolic and it breaks a parabola, it has a tendency to fall all the way back, you know, 80%. It's done this every time, and I have no reason yet to believe that pattern is broken. So hopefully by the time Embily USA launches, the bear market will be over, and we'll be ready to start spending Bitcoin as it goes up again.
All right, Joe. So let's bet a steak dinner on this one, okay? Let's do a clear, obvious, sustained daily close below $40,000 versus above $55,000. So it's about 7,000 up versus 7,000 down.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
All right, and it's gonna hit one of them eventually, right?
You want to do three daily closes, or you want like one daily? Like I feel like 3 is fair. 3 daily closes.
I mean, as you know, as long as it's obvious that Bitcoin went below 40, and as long as it's obvious that Bitcoin went above 55, it'll be obvious. Like basically, if it's a wick for a few hours, then it doesn't really count.
Well, next time you're back in New York, we'll put that on the table, because I think your next events, I'm pretty sure it'll be nothing but extravagant dining and the best steaks that I can't even buy. So I'll look forward to seeing you.
Well, it depends how seriously New York takes the vaccine passports to enter a steakhouse.
That's true. It is getting hot out here. But yeah, well, I do, Tone, it's always great to see you, and of course in person before you left at the bathhouse, where I met Alex, the Banya, and yeah, you know, hopefully we can see you around the world, man. I mean, it's an interesting time, and there's a lot going on, but definitely want to see you, and you know, outside of Staten Island and outside of my backyard. But so looking forward to something, man.
All right, guys. Alex, any closing thoughts? Anything you wanna, clarify from what you said so far in the podcast, or everything is good to go?
Just go and spend your Bitcoin using Embily card. This is all I want to say.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. The links are in the video description, and I will see you all again tomorrow. I usually like taking Sundays off, but everyone has a great time. If something crazy happens in Bitcoin later tonight, I might do another stream, but we will see. All right, thank you all for watching, and see you all on the next one, guys. Hey,